everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today we're going to be doing another video in my little Pride Month series, and today we're going to be talking about some really super underrated queer books that I never hear anyone talking about. So yeah, let's just get started. So the first one is this really one that I had to go searching for, and I don't know, I was just looking for fun sounding books and that is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertelli. And this one I thought sounded so interesting because it's about this boy called Simon who makes friends with this monkey, and then Simon's kind of slowly discovering that he's gay, and he's secretly telling the monkey all about this. So I think that's why it's in the title is the Homo Sapiens Agenda, because it's humans versus other Homo species. So yeah, so I thought that sounded like a really interesting premise, and then I read it and it was really interesting, and I think now it's actually been adapted into a film by Disney Plus, so that's cool as well. A film or a TV series? One or the other anyway, which is amazing because it's so underrated. So yeah, I thought that one would recommend as well. And then another one which I feel when I was when I was loving Percy Jackson and stuff, and I was in the mood for Greek mythology, so I went hunting, and after hours of trawling through Goodreads lists trying to look for books I haven't heard of, I came across this one called The Song of Achilles, which I thought sounded cool and kind of Greeky. But then actually this one is really weird. It's this modern retelling of the kind of Iliad, and it's about this character called Achilles who discovers that he loves singing. So Achilles is trying to get into this musical school, and he has these mentors and stuff. I think one's called Hector, I can't remember the other one's names and stuff, but and they're teaching him how to sing, and when he's singing, he makes this friend called Patroclus, Patroclus is really nasty and really trying to always thwart Achilles. So it's a bit like an enemies to lovers type thing. And this one really just reminded me of a Disney Channel movie, Camp Rock or something. Just gave me those vibes. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that one as well. And then obviously, if you know me, I love sapphic books. So the next one, and I feel whenever I watch a sapphic books recommendation list, I've always feel I've read most of the books on that list. So I obviously had to go hunting for one that no one would ever have heard of, and I found this one called 7 Husbands for Evelyn Hugo. So this one, we're following this woman called Evelyn Hugo, and this one's actually set in this fantasy world, so I love fantasy, so this was right up my alley. So yeah, so we're following this woman called Evelyn Hugo, who's this queen, and she's super badass, and she is being married to these men, but she doesn't really like them that much. So every time she marries a man, she has him executed. So, and this is going on quite a lot throughout the book. So obviously this is happening 7 times, and then each time the husbands are discovering more of her secrets, and her kind of reign is being threatened. So it's a really exciting plot. And then all throughout the story, she has this secret court advisor, who she has this secret relationship with as well. So that's sort of really exciting. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one, especially if you like court politics and kind of murderous badass MILFs. So yeah, definitely would recommend that one. Okay, and then the next one, because cozy fantasy vibes, and that is The House by the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. So I feel cozy slice of life fantasy is a really up and coming genre, and this is one that I've just never heard anyone talking about, so I thought I would mention it. And we're basically following this house which is floating on an ocean, which is floating on this ocean, and this main character called, I think it's called Lionel, it's been a while since I read it, but he has this little boat so he likes to go, he lives in this village on the coast, and he has this little boat that he likes to go out in. And then one time he's out on his little boat doing some fishing in a storm, and so he has to find shelter in this house which is floating in the middle of the island. So he's on this house, and there's this massive storm going on, and when he's in the house, he discovers that it's actually sort of haunted by these ghosts of children. So he's trying to befriend these children ghosts and stuff. So yeah, it's really cute. Obviously there's a really sweet relationship between 2 old men, which is nice. and yeah, it's just really fun and cute and wholesome, so I would highly recommend that one. Okay, yeah, then next we have this one called Red, White and Royal Blue, which is obviously, because this recently in the UK it's been the Platinum Jubilee, so this book is like a really new release that like I've not heard any hype about, and it's obviously like set in the UK with this character who's like having to make like flags, like Union Jack flags, because there's such a high demand for them with the Platinum Jubilee. So yeah, he's like in his little like house making these like handmade flags, but he like can't keep up with the demand, and he's just like working really hard. His name's Alex, by the way. Only like time where he gets joy is the secret pen pal that he writes to, called Henry. Henry's family is like super posh and really like, you know, the kind of like Tory like highbrow kind of family, and they don't like the fact that Henry's gay, and they just want to like keep him away in their like country manner. But he's been writing these like pen pal letters with Alex, and then the Henry's family like order some Union Jacks from Alex, like the flags, but Alex can't make up the order, so then they set out to try and ruin Alex, but Henry is trying to thwart his family at the same time. So like it's really like dramatic, and you know, they're writing all these like letters and emails to each other. So yeah, that's what that one's about, so it's really fun. Then the final book that I'm going to talk about is this like really weird one, because it's a graphic novel, which is like really exciting, and obviously like no one ever talks about graphic novels really. So yeah, I've not really heard much about this series, but it's actually really like dramatic, and actually I really like it because it's a bit medical as well. So that is Heartstopper. So this one's about this character called Charlie, who's like, they're working as a barrister in this like little cafe, and then one day his heart just suddenly like stops, and so he obviously has like a heart attack or something. Well, it's not a heart attack, that would be an MI, but anyway, we won't get into medical details. But he basically has to then be defibrillated by the ambulance crew, and the person who like does his defibrillation is like CPR mouth to mouth, is this like, it's like paramedic called Nick, who's like super hot, and then obviously they then strike up a connection, and yeah, so then that's what sort of goes on. And it's about their kind of developing relationship, and there's like troubles with the coffee shop, because like one day the like coffee machine like explodes, and then it becomes this like mystery, because like Charlie's being framed for it, and yeah, it all gets very like tense and dramatic, and like your heart won't stop pounding as well, and you'll think you're gonna have an arrhythmia because you're so on the edge of your seat. So yeah, that's kind of what that one's about. So yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you got some recommendations and maybe a book that you haven't heard of before. Yeah, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I hope everyone is having a really great day, and I will see you next time. Oh, I think I'm so funny. Okay, if you made it to the end of this video, I'd just like to say this is not serious at all. None of these books are underrated, and none of the like plot descriptions I've given are actually the plot of these books. So yeah, please don't go and look and think, if by the off chance you haven't heard of any of them, what I've described is absolutely not what happens. So yeah, this video was just for fun, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. But yeah, I will leave some of the bloopers of me just losing it while I was filming because I couldn't keep a straight face. So yeah, so anyway, I hope everyone is having a really great day, and I will see you next time. I tried to be serious for so long. Okay, anyway. Oh dear, I think I'm a comedian, honestly. Okay, so yeah, so Achilles is going on and I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, I'm slowly losing it. Oh dear. And paramedic called Nick, who's like super hot. Oh no, I just realised in my little imaginary scenario, this is like a massive like patient I don't even know what you call it. It's not confidentiality, like massive professionalism issue. But anyway, hope the GMC aren't watching this video. But yeah,